ceremony as we're underway. Wrestlers in the center mat. Luke, a very successful freshman season of that last year, went 25-3.
Earning All-American honors as well.
Lost to Sheldon Seymour in the quarterfinals to Riding Time all the way in tiebreakers, but coming all the way back in consolations to pin Matt Ramos.
And on the other hand, Jacob Moran has had a very nice season himself, 10-1 with only a loss to Ohio State's number 3, Nick Bouzakis.
As Luke Gordian on the leg, he loves that. Low single. Brings it up right on the edge of the mat. Fighting hard though is Moran.
Moran finding comfort on the edge of the mat there.
Closing in on a minute into this first period. Referee signaling no control for Luke.
Our officials tonight, J.R. Blows and James Ravello.
And the first takedown of the match goes to Luke Lillidahl. He leads the Indiana Hoosier 3-0. Wrestlers go out of bounds. We'll go back to the center. Luke
nice move by Luke, you know, just keeping after it on the edge of the mat there and earning that 3 points.
Luke Lillidahl, undefeated this year, 11-0. Undefeated in duels, of course, his only loss coming in the Black Knight Invitational against his teammate Nathan Desmond. Of course, those losses do not count to his overall record. Moran up to his feet and getting wrist control, and he'll get his first points, and he'll get the escape. Luke still up 3-1.
You know, Moran looking to just get low on Luke and try and get straight to Luke's body and fight back from that takedown.
Lillidahl and Moran staying in the center. Not much offense so far from Moran, only shot so far in this bout. Going to Luke, and he was able to finish it, which gave him the lead.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it about Lillidahl, the only loss this season coming at the hands of his own teammate. He's been 11-0 and lately been on a tear against ranked wrestlers, having 5 straight victories against ranked wrestlers.
Less than a minute to go in this first period. Jacob Moran and Luke trying to go around, and he does. It's another takedown for the sophomore, and he leads 6-1.
Well, there's a reason they call him Lightning Luke. Right there, he was just right to it, getting around Moran and claiming that shoulder to get around for the 3.
Of course, the Penn State suited section getting Luke hyped up for this match. 20 seconds to go in the first period. Of course, Moran, only the 1 loss as well, going to the number 3 in the weight class at the time. Nick Bouzakis of Ohio State losing major decision 11-2. Luke will wrestle him here at home in the Bryce Jordan Center in a couple of weeks on February 13th.
Lillidahl trying to really isolate that left hip of Moran.
And that'll do it for the first period. Riding time just gets to a minute. Of course, that riding time point is not secured just yet. Has to be over a minute by the end of the match. But let's look at one of Luke Lillidahl's takedowns. Moran went for it, but just got a little too greedy, and Luke was able to get the go behind.
Yeah, you saw it right there. Luke was able to get, you know, right under that arm, around that armpit area, and just wrap around.
Moran will start on bottom. Moran to his feet, and Luke will just cut him and let him loose, and that's another point for Moran. Luke still leads 6-2.
Moran not really being able to close the distance on Lillidahl here.
Both guys staying in the center, though. No warnings of stalling yet. Moran went for the shot, Luke for the reshot, but
both really direct shots, just back and forth. Besides those 2 takedowns from Lillidahl, not much.
Luke getting on a leg once again, switches it off to a double, and it's another takedown. It's a takedown machine, Luke Lillidahl.
Lifting Moran by that right leg, twisting him over.
Straight to a Turk, and he'll get some near fall swipes. Gets all 4, looking for the pin.
He's looking for more here. Near fall's not enough for Lillidahl.
Luke's got it close. If he can get this chin, he's got it. And to start the duel off, Luke Lillidahl, the pin for the Nittany Lions. He gets them up 6-0, and Rec Hall is all on their feet.
Duke getting bestowed that honor.
Marcus Blaze, the true freshman from Perrysburg, Ohio. Already in on a leg, and already a quick takedown. Just 10 seconds into this match, Blaze leads 3-0.
Yeah, Frazier, the redshirt junior from Mount Pleasant, Iowa, 4-6 on this season, with 2 losses to ranked opponents, those being Sean Speidel of Northwestern, who the Nittany Lion faithful saw this past weekend, as well as a loss early in the season to Markel Baker for Northern Illinois, excuse me.
Blaze 13-0 on the year. 4 falls, 4 tech falls, and 4 majors. That one decision coming last weekend against Drake Ayala in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
As they'll reset at the middle of the mat.
2:08 to go in this first period. Blaze still with a 3-0 lead. Marcus Blaze, brother Joey Blaze, wrestles for the Purdue Boilermakers, up at 165, NCAA finalists last year at 157 pounds, beating the Nittany Lion Tyler Kasak, the 1 seed, falling just short to the Nebraska Cornhusker Antrell Taylor in the 157 final last year.
Kasak, a wrestler who wrestles at a very high level, but is wearing the red shirt for this extremely talented Nittany Lion squad.
As Blaine Frazier got the escape. You talk about Tyler Kasak, just so tough at the 157 weight class. He could go so many ways. With the starter PJ Duke this year, of course, Joe Seeley as well, fighting for that spot early in the year. This is what Marcus Blaze is known for, just circling around, getting that far ankle. No takedown yet.
Not yet, but Blaze just tenacious, working around, trying to get a hook on the other leg, and there it is, the takedown for Blaze.
Marcus Blaze just wearing out Blaine Frazier, just continuing to circle until he gets that takedown, and he wins that battle. He's up 6-1. Riding time over a minute, 1:09 to go in this first period.
Blaze looking to use torque, but he'll cut him there.
As Frazier in on a leg now. Trying to take down Blaze and get a takedown of his own to get back into this match. Blaze heavy hips right in the center.
Blaze, the number 4 ranked wrestler at 133, and he proves why right there with another takedown.
The defense of Marcus Blaze shows again, even though Frazier was in on a leg, getting the takedown himself.
And that's one of the most impressive things about Marcus Blaze, a freshman coming in with such talented shot decision making as well as defense.
Blaze trying to bring Frazier to his back, but fighting hard on bottom was Frazier. Looking for that crossface, trying to lock up the cradle possibly, but Frazier fighting hard. 13 seconds to go in the first period.
Frazier finished 6th place at the Michigan State Open. Just shy of his teammate at the same weight class. That would be Jackson Bloom, who finished 2nd.
And that'll do it for the first period. Marcus Blaze 3 takedowns in just 3 minutes. He leads 9-2.
Riding time almost at 2 minutes for the freshman.
Frazier's gonna choose bottom. Marcus Blaze gonna go on top, not showing option or neutral. Trying to lock in the cradle. Not able to get the lock, and he'll cut him. Blaine gets his 3rd escape of the match. It's 9-3.
Yeah, and when you look at Blaze, you just see such a compact wrestling style. Really doesn't allow opponents to get to a leg, and if they do, just like Frazier just did, there's not much there.
As much as Marcus Blaze's offense is so emphatic as he gets another takedown, leading 12-3, his defense is the reason why he has had such success over his college career in just such a short amount of time, as he cuts Frazier again, up 12-4. Obviously, if you watched that match last week against the Iowa Hawkeyes, Ayala was deep in on a single. Has a nice ankle pick for Blaze. Trying to Granby as Frazier has another leg.
Frazier gets a leg, gets around.
And that's a 3 takedown, but potentially dangerous. But a takedown for Frazier.
Blaze really tried after that Granby to get a hold of Frazier's leg.
Cody Sanderson
got that ankle, but Frazier just had a lot of
Cody Frazier will
control.
Throw in the challenge brick.
Yeah.
Sanderson, Cody Sanderson, and Nick Lee, as well as Casey Cunningham.
Yeah, and the Penn State coaching staff had a great view to see that Blaze did get that ankle back.
Looks like the referees, the officials.
J.R. Blows and James Ravello going over it, looking at the replay, deciding whether or not to award the points.
In a couple moments, we'll either get a lot of happy Nittany Lion fans or a lot of sad Nittany Lion fans in just a bit.
And we'll find out right here.
No takedown to neutral.
Blaze with smart decision making, trying to get around to that ankle.
As look at the time on the clock fixed and the scoreboard fixed up as well, back to 12-4. Back in the center and neutral. As I was saying, that last match that Marcus had is in on another leg again. Low single, trying to bring it up to his feet. The defense of Frazier has shown to be great so far, with that inside trip, bringing it to a double. Right back for another takedown, his 5th of the match, 15-4.
Yeah, it's similar makeup of the last move that Frazier tried to Granby out of and almost got the takedown. This time, Blaze a little bit wiser, getting Frazier to hop and just take out that trailing leg.
10 seconds to go in this second period, both in the center. Short time trying to sit out. Marcus Blaze able to keep him on bottom, and that'll do it for the second period. Marcus still leading 15-4. He'll get choice, and he'll go on bottom. Of course, if you do the math, as we look back at that last takedown, bringing the leg up. Nice trip for Marcus Blaze for his 5th takedown of the match. If you do the math, Marcus Blaze only needs this escape and one more takedown for a tech fall for 2 straight bonus point wins for the Nittany Lions. Frazier trying to fight and keep him on bottom so far.
And I'm sure that Blaze did that math very quickly to know what exactly he wants here.
Blaze with wrist control. Frazier trying, and he'll just let him loose. 16-4, Blaze leads. 1 takedown ends the match.
Frazier looking to be very offensive here to, you know, act as defense against Blaze.
Back in this match, possibly to limit. And straight down to that low single. And the takedown, and that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Marcus Blaze brings the BJC to his feet. Excuse me, Rec Hall. And they lead 11-0 in the team score.
Yeah, I know. Marcus Blaze did really well there. Just beside.
Welcome back to Big Ten Wrestling, as in just a couple moments we'll have 141 pounds. Of course, Penn State taking both those first 2 matches, 11-0 with a pin from Luke Lowedahl and a tech fall. Braeden Davis burning his red shirt, and he'll get the start at 141.
Yeah, and the Penn State coaching staff has spoken about how proud they are about Braeden Davis really taking the punches and rolling with them, and coming out here and wrestling strong.
Body lock brings him straight to his, almost right through his back, but a beautiful takedown from Henry Porter. The first takedown for the Hoosiers in this duel, and he leads 3-0. That body lock was going for it all almost. Braeden with the escape, getting himself on the board in this match. Now Braeden to a leg. Trying to get both legs. Takedown awarded for Braeden, and he takes the lead, his first lead, and a stalemate. We'll go back to the center. 4-3, Braeden leads. Henry Porter had that body lock to start the match. Was trying to get big, trying to bring him straight to his back and go for a fall. Braeden able to fight off his back. And now he leads 4-3.
And both of these wrestlers just really tenacious off the jump.
150 to go. in the first period. Braeden to his back, still in control. And because of full Nelson, Henry Porter will be awarded a point, and he'll still be on bottom and have a chance to take the lead with an escape. Braeden motioning to the bench, seeing if he should just let Henry Porter straight up. But he'll choose not to, and he'll keep him on bottom. He's going to cut him, let him straight up. Still leading. Right back in on the leg is Braeden. Trying to stay heavy is Porter, trying to roll through. But Braeden keeps the legs and he'll take the lead right back. He's up 7-5. Wrestlers in the center, minute to go in the first period. Braeden trying to get that riding time up as much as he can before the end of the period.
Yeah, and we mentioned it before, Braeden Davis hopping into this lineup after expecting to redshirt this year. He's 6-1, but he's only been able to wrestle in 5 matches, winning 2 by forfeit. And, you know, this past weekend, he fell to Iowa's Nasir Bailey 3-2, just giving up a first period takedown.
And a stall warning on Henry Porter on bottom. Not much action from the Hoosier. Braeden Davis wrestled in the Kaufman Open a couple weeks ago. Went 4-0 in Edinburgh in his first action at 141 pounds. Same weekend as many other Nittany Lion wrestlers were wrestling at the Southern Scuffle. 5 seconds to go in this first period. Braeden's riding time all the way up to 1 minute and 38 seconds, and that'll do it for the first period. Braeden with choice, he'll defer. Give the choice to Porter, he'll go on bottom. As we look back at the takedown that gave Braeden the lead back. Getting to that single, trying to roll through was Porter, but not enough. And able to secure it was Braeden.
And the interesting thing about these two wrestlers, they've faced similar opponents this year, or a similar opponent, that being Billy DeCraker of Northwestern. On one hand, this past Sunday, Braeden Davis beat DeCraker 9-0 by a major decision, whereas we saw Porter at the Midlands Championships. He fell to DeCraker by medical forfeit. He had to fall to medical forfeit in 3 straight matches at the Midlands Championship.
Braeden looking back at the bench, trying to see if he should keep the riding time going up or cut him. And he cuts him, but it's right back in on a leg, right on the edge. No takedown just yet.
Davis really trying to pull Porter back in.
Trying to pull him back in and get that far ankle. Porter's defense staying strong, but he secures it, and it's another takedown for Davis. He's up 10-6. They'll go out of bounds with 49 seconds to go. Porter will go right back on bottom.
With Davis 2.5 minutes just about in riding time, in a very strong position on top.
Unless he cuts him, could be in a good position to secure riding time in the third period. Referee just motioning to Porter, letting him get set before we get right back underway with 49 seconds to go. Braeden will cut him. Back to just a takedown match. Braeden up 3. In on a leg, in on a single. Trying to kick out.
under 30 seconds now in the second period.
Trying to get the chin. Braeden.
Looking to advance that position and tilt over.
And he gets the three, and he's looking for back points as well. Gets one swipe, but right back to his stomach is Porter. 10 seconds to go in the second, not much time for Braeden. We'll see what he can do in this position.
Davis looks content just to take the advantage into the third period.
And that'll do it for the second period. Braeden will get choice as he deferred in the second. And he's going to go neutral, go for some more takedowns as we look at the takedown he just got late in the second period. Getting that far ankle, securing the takedown. And that is riding time secured, of course, with 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Trying to shoot in his Porter, but the re-attack was perfect, and Braeden leads 16-7.
Davis, the junior, won All-American honors last season at 133 pounds.
Escape goes to Porter. 16-8. In on a leg again is Braeden. Offense has been nothing short of quick for Braeden. Of course, that whizzer position from Porter, keeping the takedown away from Davis. Closing in on a minute to go in this match. Trying to roll through again. Again, doesn't work though for Porter. And another takedown for Braeden Davis. He's up 19-8. Penn State could be in store for another bonus point victory. Just 43 seconds away. And a stalemate will send the wrestlers back to the center of the mat with 41 to go.
An 11-point advantage for the 11th ranked wrestler at 141 pounds.
Coaching staff motioning to Braeden to just let him up as soon as we get back to action. Braeden will cut him. Another escape for Porter. Trying to get back in on a leg. Braeden leads by 10.
Davis really trying to work around Porter, kind of just letting him get to that leg.
Back to the leg is Davis, trying to trip right on the edge, staying in bounds, and it's another takedown for Braeden Davis, 22-9. And out of bounds, we'll go back to the center with 9 seconds to go.
And that takedown will give him the most points he scored in a single match this season.
And he's just going to go straight to neutral. 9 seconds. If he gets the takedown, he gets the tech fall. A stall warning on Porter will give him another point. And with the riding time, we'll get to 24, but not enough for the tech fall. It's a major decision, though. Braeden will take that as the Nittany Lions lead this match 15-0 after 3.
Davis gets
the junior from Somerville, New Jersey.
The multiple-time All-American hailing out from Blair Academy.
Van Ness trying to go for that ankle pick early.
Butler, the redshirt sophomore, known for being explosive.
So far this year, Shane Van Ness, 12-0 on the year, 9-0 in duels, 3-0 in Big Ten play, 4 falls, 5 tech falls, and 2 majors.
Joey Butler had a strong start to this season, but as of late, coming off 4 straight dual losses, including the past two top 10 ranked opponents, those being Ethan Stiles of Ohio State and Carter Young of Maryland.
No score. Closing in on a minute into this first period. 2 very different wrestlers. Shane Van Ness more patient, while Butler goes known to go all out. Go for those takedowns.
Yeah, Butler's speed has been his strength, though as of late against stronger opponents, it's set up for that.
Tried to go for the slide by, but Shane Van Ness smart to grab that leg, and he's got a boot in. looking for more than just the three-point takedown. Both these guys, definitely different hairstyles. Shane Van Ness not as much on the top. Joey Butler got definitely the most hair out of all of these wrestlers that we'll see tonight. Closing in.
Ness using that power.
Known for this. Getting that boot in, trying to get Butler on his back. Looking for swipes, and he's getting them.
Something similar to what we saw last weekend against Iowa's Ryder Block.
That bow and arrow, trying to pinch the leg all the way to the back and try and get the chin, trying to do it as much as he can.
Butler just helpless underneath. He's able to keep his hips over.
But the 4 near fall awarded. He's up 7-0 with 45 to go in the first period.
With the additional minute of riding time.
Van Ness let him up, give Butler his first points of the match with the 1-point escape.
Van Ness looks to be feeling his power here. He's just really feinting Butler, using Butler's speedy persona to set up his own shots.
In on a leg, Butler goes straight for the crotch lock, but loses it, and Shane Van Ness able to break him down, and it's another takedown for Shane Van Ness. He's up 10-1. Just at the end of the period, and that'll do it. But a productive first period for the number 1 at 149. Shane Van Ness up 10-1. He leads.
Yeah, Butler's shots just not finding a real place in Shane Van Ness's area at all. Really dancing around Van Ness, not really able to break down the number 1 wrestler.
Joey Butler choosing to go on bottom to start this second period. See if Shane Van Ness tries to get a boot in, goes right back to that Turk that he's so known for. Already has it in.
Yeah, and you know, Massimo, Shane Van Ness's power is his brain as well as his, right alongside his strength. He really sees what he wants to do, and he comes prepared.
Shane Van Ness, not the biggest 149-pounder. Not stopping him from being their number 1 in the weight class. Closing in on a minute to go in this second period. Rec Hall getting into this one. Shane Van Ness almost brought him straight to his back. Focusing on those level changes and those shot fakes, but they're back to their feet.
Van Ness starting to look like the quicker one between
as he's down 10-2. Caution on Butler, his first. 2 more would be a point for Van Ness. Trying to get the time back and set to 2 minutes. Butler getting set. Underway in the third.
Yeah, Angel Escobedo, the head coach of the Hoosiers, really providing Butler with a lot of knowledge and tactics to try and deal with Shane Van Ness.
Coach Escobedo, one of the most legendary Hoosier wrestlers of all time, 4-time All-American, NCAA champion back in 2008, beating Anthony Robles, Arizona State legend, beating Jace Ness in the final. Van Ness switches the single off to a double. All he's got to do is bring him down, and he does. Van Ness leads 14-2.
Yeah, Escobedo was able to handle Jason Ness. He's having plenty of problems with Shane Van Ness.
Said it perfectly there, Massimo, how I would have said it. Minute to go in this third period. Riding time secured. Shane Van Ness lets up. This is where Van Ness, the conditioning of Penn State wrestlers, comes into play.
And Van Ness with the riding time secured just needs a takedown for that tech fall.
Trying to get that level change. Straight to the ankle pick. Bringing it up. Trying to whizzer his Butler.
Butler using some flexibility here to try and maintain some distance. Van Ness still closing though.
Trying to roll through, but it's not much. And he brings him straight to his back. Trying to lock up the cradle. And with the 3 near fall swipes, that'll give. We're moments away from the last match before our intermission with the undefeated freshman phenom for the Nittany Lions in P.J. Duke.
Yeah, P.J. Duke having a fantastic freshman year, the number 3 wrestler in the nation at 157 pounds, as well as a great wrestler for the United States and beyond.
What a summer PJ had, a summer to remember really in the freestyle world.
Yeah, beat Yanni Diakomahalis for that U.S. national team spot.
Had to beat him twice in that best of 3 series in the Prudential Center in New Jersey. Lost that first match and
came back down 1-0.
And as PJ's Duke offense showing already getting a takedown, he leads 3-0.
And Duke's wrestling style can be explained in one simple word: entertaining.
Entertaining indeed. Definitely one of the more crafty wrestlers on this Nittany Lion roster. So many wrestling moves that you could do. PJ Duke has probably done at least one of them in his entire career. Looks like PJ will cut Lowry and let him up for the escape. Definitely known for that 2-on-1, the Russian. Trying to get that inside trip. Right on the edge. Brings him up. Brings him back down. Right on the edge, and they're out of bounds, but the takedown awarded. He leads 6-1.
Yeah, and Duke has been able to really use his abilities to get his opponents on their back and win by fall. He's had 6 wins by fall this season, just 1 tech fall.
PJ Duke so poised and patient the way he wrestles. So balanced on the edge for that last takedown. He's going to option Lowry and bring him straight to his feet. Still leading 6-2. PJ team leading in falls with 6, tied with 165-pounder Mitchell Mesenbrink. As he goes behind again. It's another takedown. Already 3 early in the first period. He leads 9-2. Mitchell Mesenbrink was more known for tech falls last year. 18 of his 27 wins were by tech fall. Not a single fall last year, and he's got 6 already so far this season as well. Does PJ Duke.
As Lowry gets out for the escaping in 9-3.
For PJ Duke, has that arm bar in. And gets another takedown for PJ Duke being an 157-pounder. Not as light as guys like Luke Lillidahl and Marcus Blaze, but the speed on display here in Rec Hall.
Yeah, Duke from New York wrestles for KD, and he has been very polished for this squad led by Cale Sanderson.
And another takedown for PJ, leading 15-4. Really wants a tech fall as fast as he can. Going back to PJ Duke, leads from Slate Hill, New York. Wrestler for Minnesink Valley, was actually high school teammates with the former Nittany Lion Zach Ryder, who transferred to Oklahoma State in this past off-season.
Yeah, Ryder having a very nice season for the Cowboys. But PJ Duke having debatably an even better season for the Nittany Lions.
PJ lets Bryce Lowry back to his feet, leading 15-5. Trying to get another takedown. So smooth for PJ. It's another 3 for the true freshman. He leads 18-5, and that'll do it for the first period of action.
Yeah, Duke, not necessarily aggressive, but just very clean with each and every move he makes on the Resolite.
PJ choosing neutral. Just needs the one takedown, and it'll be 5 for 5 for bonus point wins for the Nittany Lions. And it'll be just his second tech fall as he gets the pick. And it's another takedown, and Rec Hall on his feet. Once again, the win for PJ Duke, 21-5. Penn State leading the duel, 25-0 after 5 bonus point wins for the Nittany Lions. Mesenbrink, and after the intermission, we're back. Mitch already in on a leg, and just 5 seconds in, that's the quickness of Mitchell Mesenbrink. He's on the board, 3-0, he leads.
We mentioned it right before the duel started. This was a rematch of the last time Indiana wrestled right here in Rec Hall. Mitchell Mesenbrink was up 7-1, but Lillard fell via injury default in the first period, so they didn't even really get to see a full match between these two very talented wrestlers.
Mitch already has that arm bar in, just 30 seconds in, trying to bring him straight to his back. Getting near fall swipes. Already got all 4. Trying to lock in the pin to overtake his teammate, PJ Duke.
Yeah, Mesenbrink, the very, very smart wrestler, really just using his torque to get Lillard down.
Mitch looking at the referee, wanting the fall to be awarded. It's close, but not there yet. Trying to get the chin. Lillard doing very well to fight off his back.
Yeah, Lillard really using good feet work to stay up and stay just in this tilted angle without allowing his hips to be flipped by the very strong Mesenbrink.
Trying to keep the bar. Looked over to the coaching staff, trying to get the chin. Lillard fights off his back, but the forward near fall goes to Mesenbrink. 1:30 to go in the first period. Mitch still with that arm. Referee trying to make sure there's no potentially dangerous call.
Mesenbrink still working up top. Lillard tries to scamper away, can't get it done.
Mitch's riding time closing in on already 2 minutes.
Yeah, that first move happened right as the match got underway, as Lillard slips on the Get Loud boards of the Penn State cheerleaders.
Mitch just trying to make sure he's okay. Of course, not meaning to do that in any way. And Lillard was awarded the escape, and right off the whistle, there's the quickness of Mesenbrink.
Yeah, and I'm sure with Mitchell Mesenbrink's very acute memory, he remembers the injury default between these two last time.
That takedown brings it to 10-1. Riding time over 2 minutes already in the first period. Tyler Lillard, only 2 losses on the season. One of those losses coming against Ohio State to Ethan Burden, a 2-1 decision. Luke trying to get him to his back again with that arm bar. All those swipes awarded. Short time. Lillard only has to fight off his back for 15 more seconds.
Mesenbrink with similar positioning to the last near fall.
Closing in.
But it won't be enough.
Won't be enough time. Of course, the 4 near fall awarded. He's up 14-1 with 2 minutes and 45 seconds of riding time.
Almost 3 minutes already with riding time for Mitchell Mesenbrink.
Only 15 seconds of that entire first period was spent in neutral. Most of it was just Mesenbrink on top. And Lillard will go right back where he just was on bottom.
Yeah, Lillard took a quick second right after the whistle to work out that shoulder that Mesenbrink had been working so hard. You mentioned earlier Tyler Lillard has 2 losses on the year. You mentioned Ethan Burden for Ohio State, the other being to number 6, Matty Bianchi for Little Rock. He lost by just a 5-2 decision. to the wrestler for Little Rock.
Besides those 2 losses, though, very successful season so far for Tyler Lillard. Of course, everything what you would want for Mitchell Mesenbrink. 13-0, undefeated, number 1 in the weight class. Hasn't lost since 2024 in that final against David Carr to riding time, where he lost that match 9-8. But he hasn't lost since the reigning national champion last season. Getting near fall swipes. This will be the tech fall. We'll see if Mitch tries to go for the fall.
Yeah, and Mesenbrink so strong this year that Northwestern this past week, rather than face him, forfeited.
Get him on his back, and there's the fall. Was known for tech falls last year, but he's known for falls this year, his 7th of the season, and it's the 2nd fall of the duel. Levi Haynes going up against Orlando Cruz, another one of those number 1 ranked wrestlers for the Nittany Lions, ranked 1st at 174 pounds.
Yeah, this streak of wrestlers for the Nittany Lions at 165, 74, 84, and 97, a bit akin to the Yankees Murderers Row. They've just been so strong and almost indomitable to be against.
8 total undefeated wrestlers in duels for the Nittany Lions this year. Only 6 total duel losses throughout the season. On pace for none in this duel. Still no takedown so far. 2:22 to go in the first period.
And debatably more impressive, they have only lost 1 single match in Big Ten play so far, and that was Braeden Davis against Iowa.
5 shutouts on the year. Penn State were able to get a shutout tonight, be their 6th of the season. Levi, that nice sweep single, trying to switch it off to the double. And another takedown for the Nittany Lions. Levi leads 3-0. It's really been takedown machine for Penn State. As already a boot in for Levi, known for always going for that boot, going for that turn. Trying to bring him to his back.
Haynes getting it to work around, trying to bring his shoulders as well as his hips.
Referee giving near fall swipes, of course. 45-degree angle. Orlando Cruz in that position with his back to the mat. All swipes now awarded. He leads 7-0. Riding time closing in on a minute. Talk about Orlando Cruz, the redshirt sophomore from Crown Point, Indiana. 4-5 on the season. Won his last match in that Maryland duel last Sunday. Defeated Seth Digby of Maryland 8-3 in a decision.
Yeah, and Indiana's had a crop of wrestlers wrestle at 174 pounds. Orlando Cruz has actually wrestled the least out of Derek Gilcher, and Magnus Kokunen. He got the call for Maryland last week, defeating Seth Digby, as you said. But Derek Gilcher was the one who got to face off against Carson Karshla of Ohio State.
15 seconds to go in this first period. Riding time over 1 minute, 40 seconds. And that'll do it for the first period. Riding time, a total of 1 minute 54. Levi leads 7-0. With choice, he'll go
a glance over to the bench
on bottom to start the second period.
Yeah, no, Levi Haynes, the national champion and 3-time All-American, has had a very storied career, with much of it being in Rec Hall and the Bryce Jordan Center.
Of course, the 3-time Big Ten champion looking for his 4th. One of the few Nittany Lions, would be one of the few Nittany Lions to do so.
He's also the only Nittany Lion in the starting lineup that will be graduating. Everybody else has years of eligibility remaining.
A very similar lineup Penn State could have to next season. Of course, who knows with so many other guys that the Nittany Lions haven't been wrestling this year. Of course, Tyler Kasak, Masano Tsukayono from Japan. Again, that single from Levi Haynes switches it off to the double. It's another takedown. Already has that leg in. It seems that whenever Levi Haynes takes somebody down, it's like that boot just automatically goes in. Of course, 4 near fall swipes for Levi would result in a 15-0 tech fall and another bonus point win for the Nittany Lions. Stall warning on Orlando Cruz. Not much action on bottom.
Yeah, the action's been all Levi Haynes, whether it's the boot or, as we see him, wrapping around Cruz.
Trying to circle in is Orlando Cruz, right in the center of the mat. Short time, only 15 seconds to go. Riding time closing in on almost 3 minutes. And that'll do it for the second period. Levi dominating Orlando Cruz. Riding time, 2 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yeah, that just tells you the dominance and the bloody appearance of Orlando Cruz shows how strong Levi Haynes has been wrestling in this match. The 3 minutes of riding time, only just a taste of the dominance from the #1 wrestler at 174 pounds.
Cruz bellied up. Both wrestlers with their coaching staffs. Of course, head coach of the Nittany Lions, Cale Sanderson, the most dominant wrestlers in NCAA history with a perfect record of 159-0 at Iowa State. Started his coaching career at Iowa State, then joined the Nittany Lions in 2011, and it's been all Penn State ever since.
And you know, Cale Sanderson, he's been here. He's seen it, and he has replicated that success with every wrestler that he puts on the mat. And you see it right there with an average margin of victory this year of 40.2 points, a Big Ten margin of 40 points flat. So no matter who they wrestle, the Nittany Lions feel confident and are confident.
Levi goes straight to neutral. Riding time already secured. So a takedown would win it. But of course that riding time only comes in at the end of the match. So Levi will be looking to end the match before it is all said and done.
And it looks like that's Cruz's top goal, to make it to the end of this match without the tech fall. He gets a leg there.
And on a leg. Levi trying to stay heavy. Low to the mat. Levi in on his leg as well.
Haynes sprawling out, and he works around.
Able to put the wrist of Orlando Cruz down to the mat and spin around for another takedown, just 1 point away from a tech fall. Levi looking to cut Cruz. Escape for Cruz. One more takedown would win it for Levi. 55 seconds to go. A lot of action from Levi, wrestling Cruz on the edge, in on a leg. Trying to push his head out and switch it off to a double, and he does. To start off the second half of this duel, back-to-back bonus point wins. War between Rocco Welsh and Sam Goen.
As you mentioned before, Rocco Welsh, Big Ten Wrestler of the Week. That's the third Nittany Lion to be bestowed this honor this season.
Rocco Welsh, the transfer from Ohio State, originally from Pennsylvania. Started with the Ohio State Buckeyes, a successful freshman season, went 24-5, the 6th seed at the 2024 NCAA Wrestling Championships. Went up against the Nittany Lion 5-time national champion Carter Starachi in that final. Starachi really only wrestled on one leg with both those knee braces and that torn ACL. Able to come out on top. Rocco Welsh hasn't lost since, wrestled unattached for Ohio State last year before transferring to the Nittany Lions.
And for Ohio State, he was a combined, over his 2 seasons, 36-5 for the Buckeyes. Coming off of a big weekend for him, he was able to, as we heard from Bronwyn earlier, defeat #1 Angelo Ferrari to take that spot at #1 and give the Nittany Lions their 6th #1 wrestler.
Of course, he earned that spot after beating the #1 ranked at 184, Luke Lillidahl. Reason he became the #1 at 125 is because of a loss from Vincent Robinson to Nico Provo, who Lillidahl beat earlier in the season, as Rocco Welsh brings Sam going to the mat for the first points of this match. He leads 3-1. Now 3-1 after the escape.
Goen himself ranked 15th in the nation. He's had a pretty good season. The redshirt freshman, 6-2 on the year. He's defeated 2 very nicely ranked wrestlers. He has fallen to #6 Dylan Fishback of Ohio State when the Hoosiers faced the Buckeyes. And he also fell to Aaron Izerov of Columbia by a 10-3 decision. So 2 very strong wrestlers.
A beautiful takedown from Rocco Welsh, able to get that single leg. And the crowd loved that trip for another takedown. He leads 6-1.
As I was saying, 2 very accomplished wrestlers this year, really looking to expand upon their resume. Rocco Welsh, though, not looking to give up that #1 ranking anytime soon if he has his way.
Almost 30 seconds to go in this first period. Rocco leading 6-2. That match, as he's already in on a leg again. Cutting me off, Rocco Welsh. He leads 9-2.
Really just a strong way to get that leg and just pull him around, pull going around, and get things going for 3 points.
Wrestlers out of bounds. They'll go back to the center. And that match for Rocco Welsh against Angelo Ferrari really came down to the wire. It was 1-1 after 3 periods, no score after a period of sudden victory, and it came down to tiebreakers where Rocco Welsh was able to get the escape.
And another statistic of 1 from that match is the real theme from Angelo Ferrari this entire season of wrestling down on that one knee, something that Tom Brands has been questioned about in media multiple times. Angelo Ferrari has been very successful from that knee, but Welsh knew that, knew the scouting report, and was able to work around Ferrari, wait it out, and in tiebreakers, able to claim victory.
Goen able to get the escape. Rocco still leading 10-3.
Both these wrestlers really confrontational. A lot of hand jousting, as well as shaking off that head, losing those lines of sight to try and set up a shot.
Trying to go for that high crotch was Rocco Welsh. Goen goes for the same. Nothing going.
I see what you did there. As we look to get things going again.
As we get to get things going again. We talk about 184. One of the best weight classes for the Big Ten at 184. Rocco Welsh, of course, leading at #1. Angelo Ferrari for the Hawkeyes at #2. Max McAnally, NCAA semifinalist, ranked #4 at the weight class. Dylan Fishback as well. Silas Allred for Nebraska.
And you see the theme there from those top 4 wrestlers at the weight class. They're all very young and will be around for a good few years. 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen make up that top 4.
Will be a great weight class to watch.
Going
as a straight double, blast double from Rocco Welsh, right on the edge. It's another takedown for the Ohio State transfer. He leads 13-3.
And as we were mentioning, the youth at 184 pounds, Sam Goen himself, the redshirt freshman at 15th in the nation, really just emphasizes that point.
I mean, if you look at the top 10, it's really only 2 seniors out of all 10 of the top-ranked wrestlers at 184, so should be an exciting weight class to watch for not just this year, but for years to come.
Yeah, and we'll see one of those seniors up here in University Park upcoming, I believe next week, will be the Nebraska duel. That'll be Silas Allred facing off against Rocco Welsh.
And we'll see another one of those guys in a couple weeks as Rocco Welsh faces off against his former school, going up against Dylan Fishback, the newest Ohio State Buckeye, at 184, and that'll do it for the second period. Rocco still leading 13-3. He'll go on bottom. Riding time in his favor at 1:30. Could be on pace for another bonus point victory for the Nittany Lions.
And I must say, Goen and Welsh have wrestled fairly similarly, both being very confrontational, trying to get around, as Goen does just that for 3, closing the gap to just 8.
Sam Goen getting a takedown of his own. One of the first takedowns of this duel for the Indiana Hoosiers. Right on the edge.
But no, as I was mentioning just before that, Goen and Welsh, fairly similar styles in this match. Really confrontational, really trying to put the other off before to set up a shot for themselves. Welsh has been more successful, really being able to take away Goen's line of sight on that ankle or on that leg, and Welsh was capitalizing through the first 2 periods, but Goen gets a takedown himself, looking to close things down in these final 75 seconds.
Rocco Welsh also got taken down in that Northwestern duel against J.D. Perez. Ended with that tech fall going Welsh's way. Welsh with the escape. Still leads 15-6. Less than a minute in the third. Of course, riding time not in favor of Rocco Welsh anymore. For that ankle pick was going. Closing in on 30 seconds to go in this bout. Rocco gets to that low single. Trying to roll through and bring him around. And another 3 for Sam Goen. Will it be enough time though? Closing in on 15 seconds. Will be the first.
Goen trying to do everything he can to put Welsh onto his back, but there's nothing doing there.
Won't be enough time. 8 straight wins for the Nittany Lions. First, not by teams. It was actually Josh Barr's first dual match as a Nittany Lion in his redshirt year. The only duel he competed in that year. Sahlers competed at 197 pounds, losing to another #1 at the weight class in Aaron Brooks.
Both with good holds, not willing to let go, just rolling around, trying to see if one will lose that hold.
Scramble position for both wrestlers.
Still neutral. Sahlers holding on to Barr's leg with all of his might.
Both guys trying to keep each other's ankles as best as they can. Rocco trying to go behind, and he does. For the first takedown of this match, Josh leads 3-0. Great scramble for that roughly that first minute of the period. Josh content to just let him up. Gets the leg back, right on the edge. And we'll go back to the center. Sollers go back on bottom. Josh Barr, one of those undefeated Indy Line wrestlers, didn't start the season as he sustained an injury at the U23 Worlds. Starter was Connor Mirasola, the brother of Cole Mirasola, who we'll see up next at heavyweight.
And in his stead, Connor Mirasola wrestled very well himself, accruing a nice 6-1 record with wins against multiple ranked opponents. But after the recovery of Barr from a rib injury, he hopped right back into the starting lineup and reclaimed his #1 rank in the nation.
Indiana's Gabe Sollers been unlucky against ranked opponents this year, going 1-4 in his first match of the season, defeating Tucker Hogan of Lock Haven. But ever since, it's been 4 straight losses against ranked opponents, losing to DJ Parker of Oklahoma, as well as Stephen Little from Little Rock. And then
DJ Parker, one of those wrestlers that Barr could have faced earlier in the year had he not been injured. Mirasola was able to defeat #8 at the time, DJ Parker, by a 13-3 major decision.
Sollers very similar to Joey Butler at 149. Last 2 matches, both losses to ranked opponents. Gabe Sollers wrestled against Ohio State and Maryland, losing to both ranked guys as well. Josh Barr and Sollers to their feet, trying to keep both legs as Barr right on the edge.
Sollers, interestingly enough, has lost to 2 different Ohio State 197-pounders this year, those being Luke Geog of the ranked #13, as well as the unranked Seth Shoemate at the time.
Back in the center. Caution on Josh Barr. Sit out from Sollers. He's able to get the escape, only down 3-1. And on that single again is Josh trying to get that body lock for is Sollers trying to limit the takedown. Another scramble position. We'll see if this has a different result from earlier, or will end the same with a takedown from Josh.
Both each with the leg now.
Josh Barr listening to the coaching staff as they told Sollers to get that far ankle, but Josh was able to grab the wrist of Sollers.
Barr able to twist his hips around now.
No takedown, and that'll do it for the first period of action. Barr leading 3-1.
Yeah, no, we mentioned some of the similar opponents that these 2 squads have faced. Between Sollers and Barr, there are 2, both of them being ranked. Barr was able to defeat Stephen Little. Unlike Gabe Sollers, Sollers fell to Little 13-3 major decision. Barr was able to win 9-1 in the Southern Scuffle. And also at the Southern Scuffle, he was able to win by fall over #15, Branson John, who the Indiana squad just faced, where John was able to defeat Sollers 4-3.
That'll be a matchup tomorrow in Maryland. Of course, that duel being moved to tomorrow instead of on Sunday. Barr will most likely go up against Branson John once again.
Yeah, that duel being moved up due to the inclement weather headed for the entire eastern seaboard, or much of it at least.
Closing in on a minute left in this second period. Barr again. Level change to that double. Sollers doing the same. Trying to get that body lock. Trying to spin around his Barr. As long as Sollers keeps that ankle, no takedown, but he's not able to keep it. And it's another takedown for Josh Barr.
Yeah, that's been that way a couple of times throughout this match for Josh Barr. able to set up a good move, but Sollers really strong with the ankle hold. Now close up on that mat side. Sollers trying to fight his way out of the grasp. Barr will just step out.
15 seconds to go, minute 14 of riding time for the Nittany Lion. Both wrestlers up to their feet. 7 seconds to go.
Barr trying for a mat return, not able to get it. They'll just step out and reset.
And a stall on Josh Barr. Just trying to keep Sollers in his grasp.
Yeah, boosted by a very dismayed Indiana bench.
Indiana bench not happy. Barr's third caution, so it'll be a point for Sollers.
Rec Hall not liking it. The Indiana bench not liking it either, because regardless, the scoreboard still reads 7-2 Josh Barr.
Barr able to keep him down, and that'll do it. For the second period, Barr still leading 7-2. Lets him up. Sollers still in this match, only down by 4. Breaks him down straight to a double. Another takedown for Barr. He's up 10-3. Barr's just going to go straight to neutral. Let Sollers up. Wants to try and get more takedowns, go for bonus points. Straight in on that double again, right off the whistle. Another roll through from Sollers. Indiana bench wants Sollers to try and roll as much as he can.
Barr just pulling both of Sollers' legs down.
Stalemate. Both wrestlers will go back to the center.
Under a minute now left in this match. Barr with a 10-4 advantage.
Sollers has to work. Barr already back on those double. Heavy hips from Sollers. Barr switches it off to a single. Trying to bring it up. Trying to push off his Sollers. Trying to push the head back. Brings it all the way up and all the way down for another takedown. And Josh Barr is in bonus point territory. It's another stall. On Josh Barr. Up 13-5. Gets in on that leg. If he just stays in this position, it'll be a major with the riding time point already secured. Only 5 seconds to go. Stalemate position, they'll go back to neutral. 3 seconds. And that'll do it. With the riding time, Josh Barr secures another bonus point victory for the Nittany Lion. Salino against Mirasola, the last match of this duel.
Though the season does not end here on the Penn State campus when the regular season does, as they will be hosting the Big Ten Championships right over in the Bryce Jordan Center.
And as you were talking, Mirasola already a takedown 15 seconds into the match. And an escape, ankle pick. Penn State fans love that one. right on the edge. Already 2 takedowns in less than 30 seconds. Cole Mirasola, 2 losses on the year, but he's been hot as of late. 5 straight wins, including 2 against ranked opponents in that duel against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, beating Hunter Katka. And then just last week, beating his biggest win of his college career, going and winning by decision against the Iowa Hawkeyes' Ben Keeter. And another takedown, 3 in the first minute for Cole Mirasola. He is showing his conditioning and his speed as a heavyweight. He leads 9-3.
Yeah, and besides those 2 losses back-to-back against Nathan Taylor and Christian Carroll, Mirasola has been very good. He's shown that speed, which is not that displayed at the heavyweight weight class, but as of late, it's been one of his largest strengths.
Of course, Mirasola, not a nationally born heavyweight, actually one of the lighter heavyweights in the country.
Yeah, but that's been mentioned a lot as Mirasola gets 3 there. That's been mentioned a lot about Cole Mirasola wrestling at a weight class that can go as high as 285 pounds. He weighs in today at just 228.8. But against Caleb Marzolino, he actually has an advantage, unlike what we've seen most of this year. Marzolino giving just about 10 pounds to Mirasola, weighing in just shy of 120, or 220, excuse me.
Back to their feet. Mirasola in on a leg again. Wants to end this match and this duel quickly. Wants everybody to get home at a reasonable hour. And another takedown, leading 15-4. Of course, the escape makes it 15-5. For that inside trip. Not there. Trying to snap down. Stall warning on Marzolino, not doing much, but a takedown right on the edge. They'll go out of bounds.
And we've seen all different types of matches for Cole Mirasola this year, whether it be low scoring like Ben Keeter or his matchup against Hunter Katka of Rutgers, or piling on the points. Just like his most recent dual win against Gabe Christensen, 19-4 over Northwestern.
Coming for that ankle pick again. Toying with Caleb Marzolino. It's really been a takedown masterclass for the redshirt freshman. Wrestling on the edge again. Penn State fans wanting a stall call on Marzolino, and he'll get it. It's another point for Mirasola. Right back to that ankle pick, and that'll do things here in Rec Hall. A tech fall and a shutout for the Nittany Lions. They defeat the Indiana Hoosiers 48-0. Winner by tech fall, heavyweight Cole Mirasola.
And that gives the Nittany Lions their 3rd shutout in Big Ten Conference matchups. They shut out Rutgers, they shut out Northwestern on Sunday of this week. And now they shut out the Indiana Hoosiers 48-0.
3rd